let's go back to examples. We have polarization of a photon. And I said there were two basis states. But of course, you know that a photon can have a lot more than two polarizations. So for example, you can have a diagonal polarization. And what that is equal to 1 over root 2 horizontal plus vertical. Where, of course, this plus is a completely arbitrary convention. Equals 1 over 2 horizontal minus vertical. Well, we also have 1 over root 2. I said it was a complex vector space, so you could also have 1 over 2 horizontal minus I vertical. Does anybody have a guess as to what this corresponds to? Yeah? Circular polarization. So this, I guess, is right circular polarization, and the other side would be left circular polarization. And of course, if you rotate this by theta, you want to have that is equal to cos theta. Okay. Let's make that angle theta, because we took cos theta times horizontal plus sine theta times vertical. So this is an example of a quantum state space. So the quantum state space that we'll be using most of the time, or much of the time, well, actually the quantum state space we will be using most of the time is just a qubit, and we will use 0 and 1 as the basis vectors. But spin 1/2 particle okay, so that's spin up. That's spin down. But of course, we can also put a particle so it spins to the right. Or actually, this is really the axis around which it spins. So if you, well, actually, angular momentum of particles is very strange, but this is equivalent to the axis around it spins, or analogous or something. So if you have a spin-up particle, it's going around counterclockwise, assuming you can say it's going around anything at all. And here it's going around that way. So this is equal to, by convention, plus spin down. And we need to normalize it, so it's 1 over root 2. And is equal to 1 over root 2 spin up minus spin down. And there's also ones going into the board and out of the board, and into the board, which in Seth Lloyd's notes he uses is in, and that is out. And if you want to read Seth Lloyd's notes and have a mnemonic for this, think of an arrow, and here you can see the head of the arrow pointing out, and here you can see the feathers on the arrow pointing into the board. So, and this is 1 over root 2 up plus I down. And this is minus.